Right, how we doing, guys? Turbo Tim here. Now this is going to be a little quick fill-in video, as in just to answer a couple of questions. I've got the David Stowe video up here and all the comments from it, and I had a couple of people. Oliver W44 honestly thought it might be worth contacting DJI over the controllers, so and then there was another one here, another guy, where are you? Do you have an FPV controller too? Yes, I do. Yeah, I thought there was two guys that said about contacting DJI. Anyway, before I've contacted DJI have contacted me. They've put a comment here. So yeah, so I thought I'd just sort of fill you guys in on a little bit further forward on this problem I've got. So what I found was, as the drone's flying using the goggles and the controller, that any very slight variation on the stick and the drone stops like that and then flies on again. And it was almost like, as I'm slowing down, there's a blank spot on the controller. So you know, like when you turn a volume up on a radio, you get yeah, where the little variable resistor has got a blank spot on it. This has happened with the Neo 2 as well, and I believe the Neo 1. Not very prominent, but certainly this one drone's more powerful, so therefore it does give a kick like that. So it'll fly along and then not as much as that, but you can fly a route and you might get to do something, it goes and then it carries on and does what you do. So I mean, this is, I'm gonna say a couple 18 months old, because, so I don't know how long the Neo 2's been out, but I bought this when I saw Andy flying his drones, and I still had the Neo 1 then. And if you've only got a Neo 1, size comparison time. So I believe that the light of the drones, it doesn't show up so much, but I have noticed it. I've done the updates, done this, that and the other. And if there is any of you out there struggling, because I struggled at first to do this, when you buy the goggles, you need to pair the controller to the goggles. So you need to do updates on the goggles, then you need to pair the controller to the goggles and do the updates. Then you need to pair to the drone and do the updates. So it's it's a bit of a three-stage process, but it's confusing at first because you plug stuff in the wrong order and you're doing updates wrong. But that's how you do it. So don't think it's anything to do with the controller, because as far as I'm aware, it's the controller, it's the goggles that talk to the drone. The controller talks to the goggles that then sends the signal to the drone. That's what I believe. So yeah, having had that problem, I flew the David Stowe video knowing that I might have a problem with it, and it flew okay at first, and then a couple of little times it did it, and that's when I swapped over controllers, I believe, at that point when we went out and we did, the battery ran down, so we just did the return to home test. So yeah, I ordered another controller. Now you're going to see because I'm away this weekend, you're going to see a video of me on Dartmoor flying around a farm cottage, a derelict farm cottage, and this controller did not work at all. There's a possibility that I got it wrong, but this controller, the new one, was worse. I'll explain. So I set the drone off, took it off, and I've also done this, and if you go back a few videos, go back to one of the last church video, Brentor. Right at the very end, you'll see me talking about the drone turning when it comes into land, and it rotates round as it comes into land, but it just keeps, I know sometimes they land, like when they're returning to home, they turn round, but this just kept rotating like that as it landed. That's another time I picked up that controller. This time I took off and it was unstable, it was flying around and this, that and the other. Now, I think this might be my fault. I took off, I started recording before the drone took off, which meant it stays in FPV mode, single lens FPV, so it acts like an FPV drone. Yeah, if it goes into 360 mode, it's more stable. It acts more like a cinematography drone. You do the FPV bit in edit. So the video that's gonna come up probably tomorrow, you're gonna see me give up with this controller totally. Now, I know I keep going on, I live on a farm, I've got 200 odd acres around me, probably even more than that if you go down to the woods and all that. Can't get down to the woods at the minute because the cows are in the fields down there and they got very big bulls, well, 4 of them, and they are very big, so you don't go down there at the minute. Just let the farmer do that. You know, if he wants his Land Rover flattened, then that's fine. So anyway, so also it's Devon, lives 600 foot above sea level, and you can see the sea from the top of the house, and it's just windy at this time of night, so in the evenings it's really windy. So I haven't had a lot of time, I'm obviously working full time, so I haven't had a lot of time to test this. But yes guys, for those of you who said contact DJI, I've not needed to. DJI have contacted me in the comments and they're saying about pairing the goggles and this, that and the other. Now, yeah, this drone does not record automatically when you take off, because you need to give it the option of doing 360 or FPV mode. I mean, it'll normally default to 360, but you need to do your little button. If it doesn't, you need to choose the mode. I think you choose the mode on the screen and then it sticks on that mode, but it will not take off recording in 360 mode, which is when I'd use it the most. I probably wouldn't use this one in FPV mode, but yeah. So, people were saying as well, if you want to record from takeoff, take off from your hand so the lens is already over. Get that? Yeah, I get that. So, what was the other thing? The RC2 does not... Yeah, the other thing is, so, from other videos, I thought this controller, which is written in the world's smallest, RC2. I thought this controller would work with the goggles. It also comes up on the bottom of the screen about if it sees the goggles, it tells you, and then it came up with an error message. It doesn't work with the goggles at the moment, I think it says. So I assume there's going to be a software update. I think what made me think that was I'm sure I've seen other people use this controller with the goggles. Not sure. But that's an option. I can use that. I do have this FPV2, I think this one is it? Oh my goodness, the sun's just gone in. Yeah, I can't see it. The sun is at the right angle. You may recognise this controller. I can't get that to work with anything. And there are reports and workarounds on the internet about this. So they're saying plug in the drone repair software or whatever the drone software is, but that doesn't work with Macs. I've only got 8 different Mac computers here. I have got a dead Windows laptop and a dead Windows computer. But I took this into work on my works computer, loaded the software, and it wouldn't talk to it. So I don't know on this. I haven't got time to work this out at the minute. Like I say, I'm actually away this weekend. It's Eurovision weekend. I'm at Eurovision, so I'll be out of Devon this weekend. So yeah. Anyway, that's just an update. Yes, guys, contact DJI. In fact, DJI contacted me. There was a couple of other comments. How do you change it? How do you change the modes? Oh yeah, I keep getting confused with that. The modes button. That was from Andy. There's one comment from Life of John. Thanks, John. Darren Keenan. Retro Thinks Out Loud. He's still not got his yet. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't getting mine for probably another month, but all I did was just cancel that order and ordered that. Came 2 days later. Yeah, so anyway, yeah. So yes, I have got another video coming out. Do have bigger problems. I think I took off in FPV mode because I pressed record before it took off, and I think that the controller handled completely different to what I was going to expect it to do. So like a bit more racy and that. And yeah, I think 90% of that was me. What I need to do is when the wind dies down is get a few more test flights around the farm before I actually go out and use the drone on a Sunday. So anyway, guys, that's it for now. That's the update. This controller, I believe, well, I'll work on that one. There's too many projects on the go at once here already. So, and like I say, I'm away this weekend. So you're just going to get a video, be up on Dartmoor, John Bishop's house. You know John Bishop? Yeah, not that one. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Like I say, ciao for now.